I'm so excited to share with you that this Perry home has just had a $75,000 price drop. We are looking at about $875,000 for this beautiful one-story home. It is on a half-acre lot just outside San Antonio, Texas in Castroville. It is a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath. We are at about 3,317 square feet and a 3-car garage. And so right away with these double front doors, of course, coming into a home and having that presence of those doors just makes everything look so beautiful. Coming on in, we're noticing the high ceilings. They are kind of tiered up in there. Beautiful light fixture, a very wide entryway. I'm always going to be a fan of wide entryways versus your narrow areas. And then just coming in, noticing that natural light really just sets the tone for the home. Beautiful kitchen, two-tone cabinets. We have a darker color backsplash. Again, beautiful windows, sliding glass doors. No matter where you stand, I mean, this is really the view that you're going to get from this layout. So again, I wanted to mention that we are in Castroville, Texas. We are in the Megan's Landing community. My name is Monica Nino. I want to thank you for jumping on. I do full home tours for Castroville, Boerne, and the San Antonio area. So thank you for joining us. And so if you are like me, in which the island truly just makes that statement piece in your home in the kitchen area, it is a darker color granite on this one right here. So again, this is an inventory home, not a model. The model home in my other video did have that quartzite, which was absolutely gorgeous. It almost looked like a marble type of stone. I did want to ask you, what do you think about these cabinets? We have the white on top. We have the light wheat brown color in the bottom. I don't know if I'm a fan of the dark backsplash like this. So kind of it's pretty much like a black color. I don't know if it's kind of a good mix for me, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. I did want to mention though, this island, I literally had to get a measurement of it because it's one of the biggest islands I've ever seen. It is 11 and a half I was gonna say square feet, excuse me. It's 11 and a half feet long, so it is massive. Here we are in the breakfast area here. We have 4 windows. We do have that top tier smaller windows above as well too. So very good space for a breakfast area. I like when there's enough space to actually get a table in there and not feel like you have to be in a 2-seater or 4-seater, but very good space here. Now in this main living area here, you do have a beautiful wood mantel fireplace. Really warms up the space. It's very light colored in here. Of course, the natural light coming in. If you are thinking to move to Texas and Texas sun, Texas heat is something that you're looking forward to, we have it right here. We do have one of my favorite features of any home. It's going to be glass sliding doors. Love this. This is considered an upgrade. Very clean, modern look. However, if you do not choose to do the sliding glass doors, of course, it would be a door and some very large windows. So coming into this room right here, this is what we're going to be considering our media room. It's got a tray ceiling. Very, very nice. It is a good size, whether you're trying to do a media room, a playroom, and then take a look at this view from these back 4 windows. Again, this is a half-acre lot. Even though that this is an expansive footprint of this one story, that backyard is truly a gem. I will say people in San Antonio are looking to move out of the inner city. People are wanting just space. They don't want to feel so crowded. I do want to mention that this is the 1 bedroom that's off to the side by itself. So if you're looking to see this as a mother-in-law suite, I really do love how this bedroom's tucked away on its own side. So if you have extended family, if you have guests, if you have that multi-generational family setup, or even your older kiddos, this is going to become the perfect private suite. You've got your own bathroom, you've got your own closet. And again, it is separated from the rest of the home, which is something that a lot of relocation buyers are specifically asking for. Again, for me, I always like to show the tile. This one is tiled all the way to the ceiling, which is great. We have that darker hardware, very nice tile. The vanity area for me is also important. I do like how it has a little side counter next to the sink, so it's not so narrow. You kind of have some space to lay out some of your, necessities. So this is the first room that we are taking a look at. Again, it is right next to the media room. For me, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of making it a media room if, let's just say I have my mom and dad in this particular bedroom. I don't know if I don't know how that would work with the noise of the media room with the kids watching a movie with the surround sound. So let me know what you think about that. What are your thoughts on having that media room right next to that mother-in-law suite? So now on the opposite side of the home, you have your secondary bedrooms. Each one of these bedrooms does in fact have its own bathroom, so that's great for privacy. It's a huge plus. No one's having to deal with sharing. Everybody has their own space. And of course, just makes for smoother mornings, and especially for families. Now, this closet, it's about the same size as the other bedroom. However, once you get to the other bedroom, I do want you to notice the windows in that bedroom. So we will take a look and you let me know what you think about that. We're coming into the private bath here. It is tiled in the shower, 2-1 combo. So we have the shower tub set up in here. Good space overall. So Megan's Landing, just want to remind you, is in Castroville, Texas. They are all half-acre lots, and they start off in about the 710s at the time of this recording. Square footage wise, these homes out here go between 2,800 to 4,600 square feet. You can find 1 and 2 stories out here, 3 to 4 car garages. Whether you need a 3, 4, or 5 bedroom, that can be accommodated. Castroville, Texas is very near the Medina River, which is a very popular spot for the summer, springtime. And so here are the windows. So it's got the 2, typical windows we'd see in a bedroom, but I like how it has those 2 cute little windows above. Very nice. And this one's actually facing the front of the home. So taking a look at the curb appeal, good sized front lawn. And of course, the neighbors' homes are already set up as well. As I was mentioning earlier, we do have the Medina River nearby. We have Government Canyon State Park is near. We are in the Medina Valley Independent School District. So it is considered one of the top rated schools for the San Antonio surrounding areas. If you're looking for a quick move, the sales rep did inform me that we do in fact have 3 inventory homes that are ready to go. If you do a ground up build, we're looking at 6 to 7 months of build time. They are offering quite a few incentives at the moment. Feel free to reach out to me. I can definitely review those incentives with you. Also, if you're not familiar with Perry Homes, they do offer a express limited warranty, which is basically a 10-year warranty. And let me kind of explain what that is. So we have a 2-year workmanship warranty, and that literally begins the date of closing. So if you have any issues with your HVAC, plumbing, countertops, your flooring, hardware, any issues that may occur within these 2 years will be taken care of by an actual Perry Homes contractor. So you just submit the form and they'll come in and take care of that for you. Now, as far as a 10-year structural warranty goes, that again is also going to begin the date of closing. So that will cover items such as your foundation and limited structure items. All repairs again will be done by the Perry contractor. As we come back across the living area, I kind of wanted to take a quick pan before we go to the backyard, just so that you could take a view of this gorgeous layout, especially the kitchen and of course that island. I just really can't get enough of that island. It's gorgeous. Perry also is very well known for doing those cabinets underneath the islands. Again, so you do have that 11.5-foot island. Very nice. Coming in, it is tiled as we step out into this expansive patio. It is covered, truly where Texas comes in and shines. You have plenty of room for outdoor furniture, a massive backyard, even though this is a 1-story, so the footprint here is huge. Considering the fact that this layout is, again, 3,716 square feet, but this backyard continues on. I did want to zoom in. So the end of the private fence right there is going to be your property line. And then, of course, on the other side as well. They haven't done the back fence line yet, but you can still just imagine how much space you have. I love how they kept the trees back there. For anyone relocating from out of state, or even if you are moving to the outskirts of San Antonio, you're currently a San Antonio resident, this is going to be one of the biggest differences that you're going to notice is the fact that you're actually not stacked on top of your neighbors. You actually have some room to breathe, to entertain, maybe even put a pool back there. This inventory home does not show off an outdoor kitchen, but you'll notice this amount of space that you have. You can set up an outdoor kitchen. You can set up your furniture. I know one of my clients even talked about setting up an outdoor jacuzzi. So aside from this being a huge patio in itself, this is an extended area here. So that door right there would lead into the primary master. So you can have your actual private doorway to get into the backyard. Of course, those are the windows that are set up for the breakfast area. And then let's go ahead and take a walk back in. And looking across to the front doors, you can see that great natural light coming in from those double doors. The double doors, again, those are standard. But when you go to the design center, you can actually choose to have a different type of material doorway. So that's a very nice upgrade as well if you are interested in doing that. I did want to show you the guest bathroom that is right by the kitchen area. And just to give a quick recap, we have seen the media room followed by the mother-in-law suite. That's the only bedroom that is separate by the media room. And then we have the two secondary bedrooms that are right next to each other. Of course, each one did have their own private bathroom. And finally, we are here at the master private primary suite. Tons of natural light coming in from those 4 huge windows. Of course, on the left-hand side, we do have the doorway, access to the backyard. The double doors leading into the primary bathroom. We do have tray ceiling, and I kind of just want to get a perspective for y'all to see. If I were to position myself this way, walking in, statement piece right there with the standalone tub. It is tiled. I love how they set up these 2 vanities. We have one on one side, the other one on the other side. Plenty of space in the middle as well too. It is a very wide entryway. There are doors and doors and doors, so we'll take a look at that in just a little bit. But these 3 windows are set up very nicely. You have this gorgeous garden tub right here, perfect for unwinding at the end of your day. And then, of course, the glass enclosed shower over to the right-hand side. This is a little bit more of an expansive extension on the glass versus just that half tier window. So we're going to step in. I did want to point the camera down so that you can notice it is a little instep. We do have this tiled seat across, which I will always be a fan of. As a matter of fact, I will give you an actual eye view of what you would see when you sit down. So glass from the top to the bottom, and then across we'll notice that we do have some doorways. We will check those out in just a bit. It is tiled. We do have a towel rack as well in there. The first door over here is going to be the restroom, and then the second door is going to be your linen closet. And then I really like the way Perry did the closets in this. You have the 2 vanities, one on each side. And so what they did is they actually set up the closet in the same manner. So very functional, very great overall layout compared to what you typically see in terms of one giant closet or the closets being on both sides of the bathroom. So this is going to be the bigger closet, I will say. So would this be yours or would this be somebody else's? And then right across, we are going to have the second closet. So you will notice it's not as big as the first one, but it's still pretty good size. It does have some built-in shelves, 2 levels of racks on the left and the right-hand side. As we step out of the primary closet and bath area, we're going to head back into the master room. I want to walk toward the doorway that leads out into the patio. That way you can take a look at the patio area from the other side, which is through the bedroom versus the sliding glass doors. So it is extended, it is expansive. However, it is just a little bit more narrow than the actual patio coming out of the sliding glass door. And then I did want to show you the back windows, taking a look from back here at the view you would have into your backyard. And so here we are. Just imagine waking up every day to this open space, quiet, those trees in the back already giving you that natural privacy. It really starts to feel less like a neighborhood and really just like your own little retreat. As we go ahead and get ready to take a look at the laundry room, I do want to kind of remind you that the master does have the tray ceiling, so very nice. And then we're going to go ahead and make our way into the laundry room, and we'll wrap up our home tour taking a look at the office space as well as the formal dining room. If you are relocating to San Antonio and the surrounding areas, just so that you know, San Antonio is about a 20 to 25 minute drive. It's very close to downtown. If you work in San Antonio, it's not a very far drive at all. Definitely close enough for shopping, not too far of a drive from the airport. If you're driving down Petranco, you would probably reach SeaWorld in about 30 minutes. Fiesta Texas theme park probably in about 35 to 40 minutes. Making our way into the laundry room. Here we go. It is a very good size, does have built-in cabinets in this inventory home. So washer and dryer, does have cabinets on the opposite end as well with a sink in Castroville, Texas. That's always a plus for me. It's a smaller Walmart. It's not one of those major. And then off to the left-hand side as we're walking out, you're going to notice that it does have a little bit of a bedroom. About that Walmart. It's very clean. This floor plan does have a 3-car garage. So that's my Walmart, my go-to. We are going to have a step down. So we have the 2 and then the 1 over to the right-hand side. And I am going to kind of walk around the corner. I just want you to take a look. It does have 2 water heaters for this floor plan. But I just wanted you to kind of take a peek over here that you can definitely use this for some storage space. The windows are always going to be a big positive for me. Add some light into your garage. So even though the 2 water heaters are set in, there is still some space that you can put some storage totes. Or if you wanted to do some built-in shelving as well on the back wall and that side wall. Plenty of space there. And there you can see that little step. I do want to make my way over to one part of the kitchen that I did forget to go through. So we're going to take a look at the pantry. Pantries are always very important for some of us, me being one. So this one is a decent size. It's not a small pantry, plenty of shelving. I would say if you're familiar with Sam's and Costco, top shelf is perfect, or the garage for those bulky items like paper towels and toilet paper. Butler's pantry is gorgeous here. Unfortunately, I dropped the ball and did not turn on the lights for that glass inserted cabinets. So it does have lights in the cabinets as well as underneath. These cabinet colors are going to correlate to the colors that are in the kitchen. And finally, we are at the dining area. So formal dining areas, you walk in, it's over to the right. Love those cute little top square windows. We do have a tray ceiling in this dining room. I want you to also notice, in case it's not very, you cannot tell from the camera angle, but this is a curved bay window style. So that was very nice, kind of different. I always like to see the details in one home versus another. So tray ceiling, very tall ceilings. And you can probably tell that even if we didn't have the lights on, we would have enough light coming in for this dining room. And last but not least, right here off the entry door is your dedicated home office, which I love, especially if you're working from home or just really need a quiet space. You've got the French doors for privacy, but still keeping it light, kind of open, of course. And the ceilings make it feel really spacious. This could be your office. If you don't work from home and don't need an office for your job, this is a great spot for your kiddos, for a study room, doing their homework, a flex space even, especially if you're interested in maybe setting up some sort of a gym for your home. I have heard somebody say that they would use this as a reading room. So they would kind of set this up as a library. So I thought that was a pretty cool little idea. I like that it's tucked right up at the front. So if you're taking phone calls or if you have to meet some of your clients at home, it really doesn't interrupt the rest of the home because it's right at the front door. And so you can take care of your business. Thank you for sticking around. If you're relocating to San Antonio, the surrounding areas, I'd love to help guide you through the process. Let's make sure that you're choosing the right area, the right builder, and getting the best deal possible. Thank you for sticking with me and watching our full Texas home tours.